Hello friends, hope you all are doing well. My name is Dr. Milind Shinde. I have done my MD Pediatrics from AIIMS Bhopal. So if you are doing your MBBS abroad and you're looking for things to prepare for your next exam, and if you are worried next exam, then this video is for you. In this video, I am going to tell you guys, I have already released one video about next exam, that what it is and how it is going to affect the foreign medical graduates. So you can go through that. In this video also, I'm going to tell you that how can you prepare yourself for this next exam. So first, I'm going to tell you a general approach, that which subjects are important and how you should read those subjects by dividing them into particular category. And then in the second part of this same video, I'm going to tell you the year wise, that if you are in a particular year, how should be your approach for studying. So guys, first of all, don't worry. It's not a very scary exam. I mean, there is a lot of speculations and lot of fear, because it's just a draft which was released by the National Medical Commission. And just to tell you guys, every year the things changes. Like in Indian medical system, every year there will be something new. So don't be scared. It's a kind of medical exam only. It's an MCQ based exam, and there is added practical. So I'm going to tell you guys how to tackle both the problem, the MCQs also and the practical part also. So first, let's think about the general approach. So as you guys all know, that it's next one, which is a MCQ based exam. So it is going to, as you are a foreign medical graduate. So what it is going to help us is, next one is going to replace our FMG exam, which was a licensing exam. So clearing next one will also give us license to start our internship in India. Okay, so that is our purpose. So it is going to replace the FMG. The second part is, whatever score you are going to get in this MCQ exam, this will formulate your PG admission score. So that is why it is very important. So if you score well, it can really help you. I mean, it will save a lot of time for you. So that benefit you can get through next one. Then you will start your internship. And after your internship, you can go for your next two. So next two is basically a practical. So your basic practical skills will be checked. And this is only a pass and fail exam, you will not be graded in this exam. So we are a foreign medical graduate in foreign medical graduate, most likely they will have this test in their university. But as we are foreign medical graduates, most likely this test might happen where we are doing our internship, or we will be allotted some centers, random centers to conduct this exam. But guys, there is nothing to be worried. One benefit I'll tell you. See, what used to happen when we cleared our MBBS and when we started, it used to take around 6 months to just write FMG. Though we cleared it in first attempt, because we came in June, July in India. The exam was in December, so it took around 6 months to just clear FMG, even in first attempt. And it took around it took around 3 to 4 months to get our registration to start our internship. Then we started our internship. Then once we finish our internship, then we realized, okay, we have to prepare for the PG. So we invested another 1-2 years to prepare for the PG, and then we got into PG. So the thing is, even after doing 6 years of MBBS, our 6 months are invested here, 3-4 months here. So around a year here and two. So 2-3 years are wasted till they get unnecessarily invested during your to get your PG seat. So what is the benefit of next one? If you're awake, you're already sensitive about the exam, and if you prepare well, so if you score good in this exam, so you get licensing also. Your internship is also started, and directly after your internship, you can start your PG course instead of investing another 1 or 2 in PG prep. So that is the benefit I feel. Now let's move on how to prepare. So how do I prepare? So what should be the preparation strategy? So guys, as a foreign medical graduate, we have 6 years. So our course is and spanned over 6 years. So we have to be smart. We have to give the importance to the important subject. So you can see what the structure of next exam. So there are medicine and allied subject, surgery and allied subject, and obs-gynae and allied subject, along with the pediatrics, ophthalmology, and ENT. So automatically these subjects become important. But let me tell you one thing, guys. I have divided subjects into 3 categories. I had divided that for NEET PG. But I'm telling you, if you follow this approach for your next, this will also help you. So I have divided a subject into 3 categories. So first category is rank building subject. Okay. So for next, these subjects are going to be most important. So if you want to clear your next one, so these rank building subject, we can also label them as next clearing subject. So this will be most important subject to clear your next exam. Then coming to the next, so second group I call them as rank maintaining subject. So these are subject that are important, but you should know the important topics from this subject, not everything about this subject. And third is rank deciding. So if you want that you should get a very good rank in your next one, and you should get your PG set in next one itself, then you have to work on rank deciding. So what my point is, that if you want to just clear the next, that you just want to pass and start your internship, then you'll have to focus on this subject. But if you want to clear the next, and also you want to get the rank, you have to concentrate on all these subjects. So what are rank building subjects? So your preparation should start with this rank building subject. So our first and second and third year subject are basically rank building subject. So anatomy, physiology, biochemistry with your pharma, patho, and micro. So these are your rank building subject. But along with these, there are three important subjects which are again a part of rank building: PEDS, OPHTA, and EMT. And as you can see, guys, these already have a very good weightage in next 60 marks each. I mean, 60 MCQs each from this. So they become a very important subjects. That is why you have to concentrate more on these subjects. So whenever you start your preparation for next, you should start with them. In rank maintaining, and the important topics subject are basically medicine, surgery, SPM, that is social and preventive medicine, which is again a very neglected subject in foreign medical education, for particularly if you are a foreign medical graduate. And the last is obs-gynae. So in this setup, there is a medicine, surgery, and obs-gynae have given in next very important. PSM they have not mentioned, but that will be covered under something. Then rank deciding are your short subject, which are like psychiatry, radio, orthopedics, anesthesia, forensic medicine and toxicology, and skin. So basically total 19 subject we have. So you cannot leave any subject. You cannot leave anything and think that okay, you will get a good rank. So basically you have to work on them. But as I told you, you have to start your preparation with your rank building subject. You have to make this subject first strong, followed by this subject, and then you have to work on this subject also. So this is a baseline. So this is how you have to prepare. Now I will go year wise, like as in for foreign medical graduates, we have first to sixth year. So year wise, I'll tell you what should be your strategy. Okay, and I have a very one interesting fact to discuss with the final year students who are currently in the final year. So first, let's start with the years. So I have to first talk about the students who are currently in the sixth year, who have started their sixth year. So guys, there is again a very interesting fact, because you will finish your degree in July 2022. Okay, so you will finish in July 2022, and there is a December FMG that is scheduled in December 2022. Okay, so we have a FMG that is scheduled in December 2022. But interestingly, the next has been also planned in March 2023, which is not far away. Now, my question is, if you clear your FMG December 2022, you will start your internship. And I don't think, as you have cleared your FMG, I don't think they will ask you to write the next one, which is in March 2023. So to get your PG set, you will have to write the exam that is after internship. So you will be done with your internship, and then you will have to write next, that will be in March 2024. So this will give you a PG seat. But my question is, I have a feeling that they might merge FMG December with next. If it is planned that next will be conducted, they might scrap this FMG that is going to be in December and conduct it along with the March 2023. See, because what benefit you get, that from July 2022, from now we are in let's say November 2021. So you have almost now 1 + 7, 8 months here, and then again nearly 5, 6 months here. So you have around more than 1 year here to prepare. So if you prepare here and if you write next one, so it will give you your PG set also and your licensing also. But if you have to write after your internships, internships in India are very heavy. So if you are going to write your rank deciding, your PGC deciding exam after your internship, it is going to affect your rank. So it's better if you write next one instead of writing this December FMG exam. Because writing FMG December, if even if you get out of 300, I have seen a lot of students now get more than 200 marks because they are aware of now they're awakened and they're aware of the exam now, exam pattern. So why don't you use your best attempt to write next one? So that is my personal opinion. I feel instead of writing FMG December, we should plan to write next one because that is going to give you license also, and that is going to give you a PG seat also. So if you score, like if you're going to score out of 300 to 25 or to 30 or to 40 in FMG, the similar score in next one will give you the PG seat. I can guarantee you that. So give a thought for this thing which I have discussed. So if you are a 6th year student, so how should you prepare? So I believe if you are a 6th year student, you have already joined classes. Because classes are now essential part. So any online classes, because you are there, so any online classes will do. So what you should do in next, because you have around till July, you have 8 months, and July to December, around 14 to 16 months you have till your FMG exam. So what I will advise, so I had given you the distribution of the subjects. So whatever subjects you find difficult, you can directly, what you can do is you have a lot of time and we get a lot of time after your classes. So you can spend your time on videos, like watching those online coaching videos for 2 to 3 hours. Prepare your own notes. Okay, you have to prepare your own notes from those videos. And you just have to read those notes. So let's believe that if I'm sure that you guys have already started. So let's plan around what I will say that you will have your state exam also. I mean, your MBBS exit exam also will be there. So plan to finish your first state, that is first video, and I mean, just watching all the videos and making your own notes. So finish it at least till April or May. Then you can write your final MBBS exam. And once you are done with your final MBBS exam, try revising now. Now start revision. So in month of like in June, you are done with your exam. So in the month of July, August, you can do your first revision. And then September, October, you can do your second revision. And in November, you can do your third revision. So if you will have good 3 revisions before your FMG exam, and that is must. And as you have to prepare for be prepared for your next exam, so this is must. Okay, these things are must. Having 3 good revisions will fetch you very good round. So your basic idea is join online class, start video lectures, start making your own notes, and you have to revise at least 3 times before your FMG exam. It's a good thing that you are already awake now. Now the second thing is about next 2, because just addressing next one won't suffice. The second part is about the next 2. So next 2 basically is a practical exam. So practical exam, we have to address it by 2 points. First is watching a lot of videos. So videos, there are a lot of videos available about clinical teaching. So you have to follow them. Second, you have to follow few textbooks. In my description, I'm going to write all the textbooks that are that one MBBS graduate should have. You can have the PDFs of those. So one of those book is Kondo's Bedside Clinic. Next, and one is Hutchinson's. These 2 books are something that you can must have just for your better practical knowledge. So you can just go them and see what happens in foreign medical for graduates. The problem is they don't get that much clinical exposure. So as a foreign medical graduate, we don't get that much exposure. So even if you don't get, it's okay. At least learn the normal examination. So you can learn the normal examination pattern and you can try it on your friends. So you read about how a normal respiratory system is examined, and you can try with your friends. So there are 2 things you have to do. For theory, you have to go for video classes. There is no time to read textbooks, so don't run behind textbooks now. Just your notes and these things for your next two. The same advice I will give the students who are in fifth year. So the students who are currently in the fifth year, again you have a very good time, a very good time. So who are in fifth year, so I will say that spend your whole fifth year to just watch those videos, and you have to strengthen your concepts. So whatever concepts you are building, spend your this 1 year in strengthening your concepts. Okay. So all whole this 1 year, just try to go through all the videos, make your own notes which you can revise. Okay. And guys, I'm going to mention few books in the comment section. So you have to see the images also, because the exam patterns are now changing. Lot of images are being asked. So you have to be ready for images also. Okay. So I'll give you some tips that you have to go through the textbooks also, and you can search on the internet. Whenever, see, one thing what you can do is, whenever you are reading notes, suppose you come to the like Pseudomonas, you are reading about the Pseudomonas. You can just search on the internet how does Pseudomonas looks like. If like it's a bacteria, so how does it look like on the image? Or if you're reading something about amoeba, so amoeba also, you just see how does it the cyst of amoeba looks. So in your exam you will have this idea. So have this habit, because now the exam are image based. And then in your sixth year, from sixth year onwards, you can start revising those notes. So if you revise, do the revision of these notes, it is going to help you a lot. Now, a lot of students will ask me, sir, how should I divide time? See, what I know that a lot of foreign medical graduates, you get free by 4 to 5 p.m. because you have lectures around 4. So after 5 p.m., you can take a nap and around 30 minutes to 1 hour. And after that, start studying. At least spend 3 to 4 hours daily. Like if you're a fifth year student, 3 to 5 hours daily is must. Okay, guys. So you have to do it. So your classes and videos, and similarly, as I said, for practicals, again these practical videos, and this Kondus's book and Hutchinson's, that you can follow for the practical knowledge. And also you attend your cycles well. जो भी आपका whatever cycles are there, critical postings are there, so you have to attend them properly. Now I will address the next group combined together, third and it is fourth year. So guys, I feel fourth year is the ideal time if you're thinking in your MBBS, if you're a foreign medical graduate, and what is the ideal time to join coaching? Like, when should I join coaching? I think fourth year is the time when you should ideally join the coaching. There are 3 years plans supplied by most of this coaching classes and apps. So you can definitely take help of that. And again, as I said, spend your 1 year in just seeing those videos and making your own notes. Okay, guys. Also, so you can have your next 2 years you are getting just to revise these things. Also, you can read few textbooks. Again, in my comment section, I will be writing those textbooks, the names of textbooks. So you can read the selected topics. In fourth year, you have to concentrate on your medicine, your obs-gynae, SPM, again a very neglected topics by all foreign medical graduates, and surgery. So these 4 subjects you have to work. You have to read the important topics. So what are the important topics? Whatever your teacher is going to teach you in the class are the important topics. And I have made there is a video about what are the important topics about in medicine, PSM, obs-gynae, and surgery. I have posted. You can go through that. So you can just read those topics from the textbooks and again make your notes. So this will help you revising better. Again, guys, I forgot to mention one thing for fourth, fifth, and sixth year, MCQ book. So have a habit of solving MCQs, because your next one is going to be a MCQ kind of exam. If it is going to be a MCQ kind of exam, you have to practice a lot of MCQs. So if you are going to practice MCQs, so you will be ready for the exam pattern. So either you can buy, there are a lot of authors. Again, in my previous, I will just give you one example, is Dr. Mudit Khanna. He has his MCQ books, or Dr. Pritesh Singh. Also, both of them, they provide the book. But if you don't want a book, there are a lot of apps like Marrow question banks are there, DAMS question banks are there, or Prep Ladder question banks are there. So you can follow any question bank, DAMS, Prep Ladder, or Marrow, or Bhatia, whichever is your convenient for you. But you have to practice MCQs like at least twice a week. As you're in fourth year, you don't have to do it daily. Sixth year student, you can solve MCQs daily. Fifth and fourth year students, at least twice a week you should do. Now there is a third group which will I'll address as a whole group. So first to third year students. So those students who are currently in the first year or second year and now are worried about next, that what should we do for next. So guys, I have a very simple advice for you. First, you have to study your textbooks. I mean, in my first slide, I told you about rank building subjects, which the subjects which you study during your first to third year, and second are your rank deciding subject. These are your short subject. So rank deciding subject or short subject you can read again between your fourth to fifth year, but rank building subject you have to study between your first to third year. And this subject are your this anatomy, biochemistry, physio, pharma, patho, and micro. I will mention all the authors in the comment section. So you must have at least PDF of these books. See, don't join classes. This is my personal opinion, and I think this is the opinion of all the other people, that joining classes between first to third year is too early. Because guys, you are in first year. Okay, this is your graph. Next one is here. Then you are going to have your second year, your third year, your fourth year, your fifth year, your sixth year. So next is here. If you join your classes here, you'll forget everything till you get there. So you have to start gradually. You have to build your knowledge slowly, and you have to peak at the right time. And at the right time is here. Okay, it's not like you peak here, you start reading your notes, everything here, and then you dip down when it really matters. So read your textbooks in first to third year. Do not go behind the coaching classes. Just follow your teachers, whatever they are telling. Study when you come back home. At least I expect the first to third year. I mean, if you're a pharmaceutical graduate, I expect to at least study 1 to 2 hours daily, at least 4 days a week. Because when I joined my MBBS, I was very excited that I'm becoming a doctor wearing a white coat, and I was very excited to study anatomy, biochemistry. These are all my very favorite subject, pharmacology, pathology. And I'm telling you guys, the reason why I ended up in AIIMS is because during my first and second year, I studied anatomy and biochemistry well. And I think that is what kept me apart. I mean, that gave me advantage over other graduates. So that is what I'm telling you. Concentrate on your these subjects. And in your first to third year, so concentrate on this subject and work more on this subject. So read your textbooks. In my description, I'm going to mention all the authors, have their PDFs. There are a lot of Indian authors, foreign authors, but have their PDFs, and you have to read them. Okay, guys. So that's it. I have to tell you. Don't be scared of the next exam. Next exam is nothing. It's just the name is changed. It's again the similar kind of examination, and it is crackable, and you can definitely get a good rank. And I want that you all guys start working hard since your first year. See, you can enjoy also, you can enjoy your life, but at least spend some time on study. So you save a lot of time in future, because our parents send us there with lot of expectations. So when you come back, immediately cracking next one and getting a PG seat will be a really good thing for your parents and even for yourself. So if you prepare well during your, so take home message, first to third year, you have to read your textbooks and make your own notes from the textbook. So you can see the lot of images also in textbook. Fourth year is the ideal time to join coaching. Start making, watching these videos and making notes. And fifth to sixth year, you have to just read your notes and revise them. And you have to solve a lot of MCQs through the either MCQ banks or previous year questions banks, which are the books which I mentioned. So that's all needed for the next guys. And for next two, that is a practical. So next two, you have to first learn the normal examination from your normal whatever clinical postings you have. At least try to learn something, at least to learn basic examination skills. And I had a very good teachers in my UG. They used to teach us. So that basically things you can learn. Second, you have to see a lot of videos. They're available about how to examine a child, how to examine a respiratory system, how to examine a CNS. So go through these videos. And whenever your teacher is teaching you how to examine, make videos and store them in your computer. because usually they are taught between third to fourth year. So till the time you go in sixth year, you will forget everything. And last is the books which I said, Kundu's bedside clinic, bedside clinics, and the second book is Hutchinson. Again, I will mention it in the comment, the description also, so you don't have to worry. I have mentioned all these books name in the description. Again, for surgery and pediatrics, you have other books which I will also mention there. But guys, don't worry. With your hard work, you can definitely face this next exam. You don't have to worry. So if you have any comment about this video and any doubt, you can let me know in the comment section. So I'll try to answer them in my next videos. So guys, also do watch my previous video about next exam. I wish you all the best. Take care.